Take a walk through the streets of Tehran and you might be surprised by what you see. In this footage filmed for Channel 4 News, women's free-flowing hair is now as common a sight as the mandatory headscarf. The death in custody of Mahsa Amini last year, detained for supposedly not wearing her hijab correctly, and the mass protests that ensued were a turning point. After her death, Iranian women began openly defying the regime's orders on a scale not seen before. We spoke to one whose identity we're keeping anonymous.
In my opinion, a headscarf is not that important. But when I remove mine, often I see others following me. For instance, when a girl sees me in a shopping center or walking somewhere without a hijab, she will do the same. This is mainly why I remove it. Besides, this is my freedom. I am more comfortable. Why shouldn't I remove it?
As the anniversary of Mahsa Amini's death approaches, the clerics have been trying to push back. When this popular Iranian musician released a song encouraging women to take off their hijabs, he was arrested. Here in the city of Shiraz, officials tried to prevent a mother and daughter boarding the metro for not having covered their hair. The younger woman fainted amidst the commotion. At times, supporters of the regime, including women, take it upon themselves to confront those without headscarves. Put your scarf on, shouts one woman in a car at another, riding a motorcycle without hijab. But she shouts back, refusing to be intimidated. The Iranian government is planning on introducing new, stricter punishments, including harsher fines and prison terms. They've already claimed to have impounded thousands of cars belonging to women seen on CCTV cameras not wearing the hijab.
If you remove the hijab in your car, even for a few minutes or seconds, especially in certain areas covered by the smart cameras, they can chase you very easily. You will receive text messages within a few minutes. It's happened to many of my friends. First, they send you 2 or 3 warnings, then they will confiscate the car for up to 2 weeks.
Iran's morality police, who detained Mahsa Amini, have now returned to the streets after withdrawing for a number of months. But women are taking them on in a way most never dared to in the past.
The morality police said, "Madam, you have to cover your head." And I replied, "It's hot." I asked him to wear a headscarf. There were 2 male officers and they laughed. Actually, I was scared then, but thought if I wear mine, those behind me will become fearful and cover their hair.
Perhaps fearful the backlash detaining women on the streets could provoke, Iranian officials have been launching targeted operations instead. Here, detaining a young woman working at a tech company for social media posts criticizing the mandatory hijab. Meanwhile, a number of companies have been sanctioned for publishing images online of employees without headscarves. But it's cafes where young Iranians socialize that have been the focus of attention. Many have been fined or shut down for serving women whose hair is uncovered. This couple's business has been repeatedly sanctioned.
We were told not to accept unveiled customers or anyone from the LGBTQ community. Why should I throw out someone merely because they think differently? We lost 2 cafes and now just have this small place where only people who know about us come.
Every time they attacked the cafe, it was as if they were dealing with drug traffickers. A large group of security forces poured in with video cameras. They filmed the customers and we felt as if we were a terrorist group.
Our income has dropped, but it's worth it. We'll endure this pressure for our beliefs and aspirations, to live the way we want to.
The unprecedented street protests that followed Mahsa Amini's death have largely died down, but at times signs of them flare up again. Even during the holy month of Muharram earlier this year. Here, Iranians taking part in a religious ceremony chant a revolutionary song. Poppies grow from the blood of the youth of the motherland. This family used the Muharram morning ceremonies to hold their own commemoration for their young daughter, one of more than 500 people killed during the protests. But ahead of the anniversary of Mahsa Amini's death, many relatives of victims have been warned by the security services to keep a low profile. Iran is a divided country. There are those who still support the conservative clerics. But Mahsa Amini's death has changed societal attitudes profoundly. And no matter what the regime does, it doesn't seem possible to turn back the clock.